Welcome back, family, friends, and fans. It's Karma Lately. Just wanted to disclaim this video contains affiliate links. If you click on one of them, I will receive a commission. Keep watching. Anytime anyone sees me with my cowboy boots, they know that I'm ready to get things done. This is the first Shopify Holiday Festive Party, and I am going to it. I'm super excited. Looking at all this beautiful artwork from across the street while I wait online and meeting new and interesting people, business owners, and we're about to go in. I was kind of nervous about filming, recording people, so I'm like getting the ceiling and trying not to get people, but yeah. You see that woman down there? I actually met her on the line, but I'm gonna put all her information and more information of the other people that I met, that I was able to talk to. I'm gonna put their information at the end of the video. But I really did like the setup. This is actually my first time coming to the hub, and I'm disappointed that I haven't been here sooner, but I'm going to be making my way downtown a lot more often. Very inspiring space.
Would you like the cookies?
These are cookie shops.
We also have, yes it is.
Yeah, but it doesn't look so soft.
Yeah, but we also
There's nothing like being in a diverse group of, in a diverse crowd. This party was definitely diverse. I mean, I met people from all over the world, and it was just so wonderfully diverse. I absolutely loved it. Here I go with my cowboy boots, getting ready to find my spot. So guys, real quick, this is actually the Shopify Hub that we have in New York City. You get off on the F train at Broadway Lafayette. It's right there, and you can come here. If you're a shop owner, you can come here and ask questions. I'm sure you can come here even if you're not a shop owner, but you come in, ask questions, you get tutorials, you get hands-on tips and tricks for your store. And bonus, there's like photography sessions that you can host here for your products so that your stuff comes out crisp and clean. So there's so much stuff that you can do here, and this is where they decided to host this party. So the guest is coming up now, so without further ado, here's the celebrity.
We're honored to have you all here, right? So, Shopify helps aspiring entrepreneurs go from just an idea to thriving, fully scalable businesses. We provide 1.7 million business owners around the world the tools they need to start, manage, and grow their brand. I'm taking this down for a second.
We're right behind the camera.
Hey Martha.
We exist at Shopify to serve all of you, the entrepreneurs.
I was about 9 years old. Yep, I do remember. And I started a party planning business for
Of course you did.
lazy parents who didn't want to do birthday parties for their kids. And I did that for a while. And they didn't pay very well, but at least it was the beginning, you know. And then I started. I've started a lot of businesses, and pretty much, you know, like every 7 years I metamorphosed into another business. Writing books in 1982, my first book came out, and that gave me the idea for the magazine, which could then encompass a tremendous number of ideas. And then the magazine led to the on the media idea, because if you're going to be creating content for a magazine, you could then whet people's appetites, and many people would love to know how things are done, but they wouldn't ever do it themselves, so they'd want some product They want the same product they see that you make, but they want to buy it because they're lazy or they're on and on and on from there. Being an entrepreneur is hard work. It takes a tremendous amount of sleepless nights, as we all know, right? And yet, when success happens, it is so inspiring and so self enhancing that you really just you really want to keep going and keep creating new and different stuff. And the two words I was just telling Harley backstage, the two words that I really, really think are the most important words is, does the customer need it? And does the customer want it? And if those two words are satisfied with the product that you're thinking about or the business you're thinking about creating, then you probably have something that will be successful.
We were also geeking out backstage on NFTs. I don't know if you've seen Martha's recent drops, but any piece of advice early on in your career that someone gave you and said, look, this is, and you thought this is something really valuable, you've taken out and you've taken through all the different businesses that you've started?
Well, there's several pieces of good advice that I've gotten. First was my dad. He said early on, he said, Martha, you're a smart girl. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything. And that just that kind of confidence in a child really will. Be authentic. Don't be a fake. Learn your business. Learn. People say, "Oh, how do you know how to do everything?" Because I've done it. Actually, I know how to raise chickens because I raised the chickens myself. And how do you take care of cats? Because I raised the cats and I watched the cats. And how do you take care of the canaries? Today I noticed that one canary was not feeling very well in the canary cage. And I called, I immediately got on with my Mark Marone out in Long Island, one of my pet experts, and I said, put a heat lamp in there. It's getting cold, and maybe your canaries are just a little bit weaker than they used to be. And put a heat lamp, and they're all flying around having a good time today. So that's but that's really what it is. It's being authentic and learning your business and understanding.
I love that. We talked backstage a little bit about when you wanted to learn how to make sushi. You called the best sushi chef you can find and said, teach me how to make sushi. And I think that's such a great thing for entrepreneurs. We all sort of have our own communities, our own tribes of people we spend time with, but any skill, any craft any of us want to learn, there is someone out there, particularly because so much of this is digital now, we can pretty much find anyone we want across any industry and simply say, would you mind if I shadowed you for a couple of hours? And
ideas, it was very important to befriend the editors of newspapers. And I was very, very proud of myself when I went public in 1990 something. I never can remember dates. It's good not to remember dates. I had spent zero money on advertising. It didn't take any money to build a gigantic business because what it was really good public relations, PR, and being enthusiastic about your business. Nowadays with social media, it's so much easier because really, if you're good on social media and you're appealing and attractive and you know how to TikTok, you know how to Instagram, you know how to do all those things. I mean, I just started TikTok, and
you learned all about that?
Just started. Important because it's growing and people are paying attention to it, and you don't want it just to be fluff. You really want to teach. My approach to social media is inform, inspire, teach, and then you'll get some followers and you'll get some customers. In skincare, Clé de Peau is doing very well. Things that I'm interested in fashion. There's, Lululemon. Look at Lululemon. Geez, they're nailing it. And I followed that I followed that company from the very beginning. They went their ups and their downs, and then they finally figured it out. They made really good stuff. They charged plenty for it. They advertised it beautifully, and now they have their exercise programs. They have everything that you really need, and you can wear it to work if you want to. You don't have to wear it just to the gym. So they've
done a good job, yeah.
They've done
And
a brilliant job.
another Canadian company, which,
The greatest. I used to visit Ottawa every summer. Do you know that my grand aunt and uncle lived in Ottawa?
You're joking.
No, I'm not. And
I
I
had no
went out
idea.
there, and they were farmers, and so
I'm a farmer.
And you are.
No.
My grandparents lived in Buffalo, so it was right across. You know, and I'm an expert on Niagara Falls.
How do you find the energy on the days where you're not feeling it to just do it, just push through it and get it done?
Well, it's been much harder in the last 2 years to answer that question than before the pandemic. The pandemic really changed a lot, and probably a lot of you. How many in this room started your businesses during the last 2 years? Look how many. Wow. Yeah, look at that. So that's a big difference. And do you know that you're hurting the workforce? You're really I just got out of a Bank of America lunch today with the CEO of Bank of America, Brian Moynihan, and he said one of the things that has happened is that the workforce is shrinking because of the entrepreneurial initiative. And I thought that was such a good thing. But the best thing, can I say what the best thing he said? He said that the capitalist system is responsible. We are all, including you new entrepreneurs, we are responsible for solving the problems of the environment, of the education, of the big problems that we're facing. Don't forget about that.
What kept you sane during the lockdowns?
Well, I was lucky. I cannot tell you how lucky I was because I live on a farm. I'm pretty much self-sufficient in terms of growing things. I grow in the winter. I have a winter greenhouse where I can grow all my vegetables. I also grow everything during the summer. I have chickens. I have peacocks. I have geese. I have horses and donkeys. They don't do anything, but they make manure. They're really good about that. And I just sort of moved my part of our business up to my farm. We did 3 full television series up there. We did a lot of promotional TV for Today's Show and for CBS Sunday Morning. We did a lot of stuff, and it was rewarding, and we were able to not fire people, not lay off people, and continue to work and do good things. Because it's so creative, it has to be a like-minded person, somebody who really likes what we do, and really lives what we do, and understands what we do. And if I give a job to someone like a Kevin Sharkey, I'd say, decorate this tree, Kevin. It will be the most beautiful decorated tree on earth. You know it will be because he has a challenge, and he will live up to that challenge. Hosanna Hauser, who works for me, I went to the North Pole. We went up to visit the polar bears up in Churchill, again, Canada. We went it's way up there, Arctic Circle kind of place, and to visit the polar bears. And I met an Eskimo Native American up there who carved seal skins into the shapes of animals. And I brought home all these little tiny animals, and I was going to have my first grandchild, and Hosanna and I planned on this beautiful mural using all these Arctic animals and scenery. And that's the kind of person you need that.
And can you tell that? Is it obvious when someone has a creative spark, or do you have to?
Well, the little test, we have a test called the 5 T's. Tell me the difference between toil, toll, and trial. No,
Let's do a Shopify, we do that.
Can you answer those questions?
No, I cannot.
It's esoteric.
Yeah.
faster you get rid of that person, the better. And you don't know all the time. You just don't know. Some person it might be the best deal maker on earth, but then doesn't know how to run the deal.
Right.
You know,
They wanna close it.
or the worst possible deal maker on earth, and then really ruins a good idea. You know, it's very difficult. Susan Magrino, who does my public relations, she started her business about more than 20 years ago now. And I remember her coming to me when she was doing my book publicity for Crown Publishers, Clarkson Potter. They're still my publisher. After 99 books, they're still publishing my books. She came to me and she said she wants to start her own business, and you know, who should she borrow money from? And I helped her out. I said, don't only borrow from your father. You know, just start. Just don't go to a bank. Don't give away anything, equity. Don't do any of this. Don't do that. And she followed my advice, and she now has an amazing business, really beautifully run. A number of projects that I really want to focus on. I'm working on a CBD skincare line. I got into the CBD stuff through Snoop Dogg, actually. Remember, he's THC. He's not CBD. But in 2 years, we developed a really fine line of edibles, not only for humans but also for dogs. Aren't they good? Yep, they are really good. And we just won 2 Clios yesterday for our gummies. But as a result, I started to experiment with CBD, and I am now developing a skincare line that will give all of you radiant skin and youthfulness for the rest of your lives. So wait for that. That'll be out next year.
If it doesn't work, let us know.
Yeah, you have to know when to say no.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Over here. Hi.
Oh, I was actually heading this way.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
I like your hustle.
Yeah, actually, I'll put you next.
I'm sorry. I'm from Brooklyn. I can help.
Yeah, let's get it. I love it.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Christian, and I'm the founder of Off the Cuff, leaders, entrepreneurs, to give people their flowers to pay it forward. So I just recently got highlighted on Shopify's Instagram page. So thank you, my question to you is, I want to give you your flowers for all that you're doing for the foundation that you have set. And on the show, we always do this thing where we kind of flip it back to the guests. And out of all the people that you can name, I'm just curious to know, who would you give your flowers to?
Well, I'd give it to a lot of the first responders at my Martha Stewart Center for Living at Mount Sinai, the people who really went to work and gave the COVID shots. We turned my Center for Living at Mount Sinai into the place where everybody came for COVID shots. Those people who really put their lives on the line.
I'll give you more directions here in a moment. But please remain seated and we'll talk about how to get it.
And we'll give some of you in the front row a couple gifts right now. Give those out as well.
Sir, can you just pass hello?
Everyone wants to thank you so much.
So I'm gonna follow you. Yes.
All right, everyone, move, please.
Martha.
Okay.
Thank you, Martha.
Hey guys, so I started my Shopify store last year right in the beginning of lockdowns for the pandemic. I barely have advertised this store. I have to admit that. My advertising game this year has not been great, but this store has still produced for me despite me not advertising. I cannot imagine what would happen if I started advertising, which I am going to start this coming week. And not just for Christmas, because I know that people feel like, oh, well, I think I'm too late for the whole Christmas thing. Don't even think about Christmas. There are so many holidays. There's so many events. And don't forget, people are shopping for their personal needs too. There's birthdays. There's partners' birthdays, Valentine's Day, other holidays. There's so many opportunities for you to, giving discounts and sales and whatever's going on, and capitalize on getting your customers. But I just want to let all of you know, because I know that my channel does have a lot of people that are creators and people that are making things, single mothers, single dads, couples, people that are really trying to figure out a side hustle or a new hustle. Shopify is definitely the place to be. I wanted to talk to all of my creators because there's a lot of options for you guys on Shopify. You guys can do print on demand. You can do print on demand is where you would get your artwork and your customer would then purchase your artwork, but they would put it on, say, a canvas or a tapestry, a phone case, a pillow, a mug, anything that the print on demand site has to offer. They can just place it right on that product, and at no extra cost to you, because you don't have to ship it, you don't have to pack it, everything is done for you. You just have to look at the terms on how that works for you business wise. But yeah, and so a lot of artists are making tons and tons of money. Nowadays, artists are making six-figure incomes. Gone are the days where artists are the lowest paid. No, right now we're one of the top paid digital artists, visual artists, painters, fine artists. There's so many opportunities for us to grow and market our business. So there's print on demand. There's also drop shipping. If for somebody that maybe doesn't have a big budget and doesn't have a budget to start selling stuff, you can have a drop ship store with just one product in it, or you can have a drop ship store with hundreds of products or thousands. I personally do have a drop ship store where I also sell my own crafts, handmade crafts. So you can combine different ideas for your store and put them all together, and you can make it work. It's been working for me wonderfully. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the future for my store. And the wonderful thing about Shopify is that they're going to help you every step of the way. I'm going to include some links in the description with all the tools that they have to offer to help you guys to get started, whether it's from creating a custom web address, free domain generator, finding free high resolution images for your store with this app called Burst, creating a free logo, choosing from more than 100 free customizable themes. I'm already going to try a new theme. Definitely check out karmaspieces.com if you want to take a look at my store, for example. But I'm also going to include some sample stores, like some stores that are really successful right now. I'm going to be including some of those in the description. This description box, lately my description boxes have been full to the brim, but I love it because I feel like my channel is offering a lot more than just me talking and giving you tutorials. I'm sharing resources with you for different things that might be able to help. I'm gonna put a link also in the description so you can see other artists like yourself. And when I say artists, I'm talking about the jewelry makers, the craft makers, people who are creating things with ideas and designs and all of that. So there's going to be some links. There's going to be a link where you can see all those sample stores of people that are successfully running their art businesses, and maybe that could be you. So just check out all the links that I have for you. If you lose track, come back to the description box. So it's probably better to open up a new tab, come back to the description box and just click on everything, because I'm going to have everything labeled for you so you'll know how to navigate and get through. I am going to do a more in-depth Shopify tutorial videos. I'm going to do more in-depth for that, on how to customize your themes, do logos, do different things like that. And I hope that those will be helpful. If you're interested in those, please do not hesitate to comment below and let me know what you guys think. I hope that you enjoyed this video thus far, and keep watching, because now I am going to show you guys what Martha Stewart gifted me. It is so beautiful. I'm so grateful. But definitely check out all my links, and thank you guys so much for listening. So I'm back on the train. This time I have my gift that Martha Stewart gave me, and I'm hauling it all over 2 train transfers until I get home, but it was worth it. You'll see why. I just came back from the Shopify Holiday Party hosted by Martha Stewart. This was our bands that they gave, the wristbands they gave us. It says Martha Stewart, entrepreneur. This is the first holiday party that Shopify does. And this is the gift they gave that I hold all over the train. The transfers and all that. I'm so curious to find out what this is. I really don't have time for tape. I gotta be honest. Tape is not like the vibe right now. Okay guys, should I let you guys see it first? I'll let you see it first. What is it? Oh, wow. Oh, this is beautiful. It's a stone Martha Stewart 3-piece bowl set. Look how pretty this is. No wonder it was so heavy. It's a 3-piece bowl set. This is so beautiful. Thank you, Shopify. Thank you, Martha Stewart.
Okay.
Thank you, Martha.
If you like this video, if you have further questions, if you want to know more, anything that you guys want to share, please do not forget to use the description box below. Contact me on any of my handles. Please visit my shop. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. I had a great time. Peace.